The most common misconception I've seen this season is that the Nightmare Containment public event is the fastest way to get Opulent keys, so that you can get the deepsight resonance versions of the Opulent weapons you want. That is categorically not true. The Containment public events take far too long for a low chance of an Opulent key drop. The Containment events may be great for reputation, and they may be great for additional drops such as Opulent Energy and Ascendant Alloy, but if you realistically want to farm all 5 deepsight versions of the weapon you want in a single day, it is not the farm that you need. The farm I'm here to discuss, which is great for solo players as well, is the Patrol farm. This will have an Opulent key drop roughly every 5 to 10 minutes. In comparison, I was getting an Opulent key from the Containment event every 30 to 45 minutes. That's a huge difference. The aim of this Patrol farm is to load up in one of the 2 areas, the Royal Pools or the Pleasure Gardens, it really doesn't matter which, and to start looting chests. There are multiple different kinds of chests in the Patrol area, each triggering from different events. The good news is that all of the chests I'm going to discuss today are relevant for getting Opulent keys. The chests have specific triggers which cause them to spawn, which I'm going to discuss about a little bit later. As we are chest farming, the first thing you want to do is to equip the Wombo Detector Ghost mod. 50 meters is enough, and the 75 meter expert tracker, which solely tracks chests, is probably a little bit overkill, and the materials and resources you can find in the Patrol area aren't too bad for a little bit of a reputation boost. If you ADS with a weapon, the range at which the mod detects chests and resources is actually increased depending on the zoom of the weapon. So a sniper or a scout is great for this, but in all honesty, the patrol areas are quite small, so any weapon will work when you ADS. When you load into the patrol, the first thing to do is to locate any basic chests that can spawn within the area. ADS and see if you can find any, loot it up, and if you have an Eager Edge sword on, then you can use the double dip method to loot the same chest twice. Eager Edge into another patrol area, and then quickly travel back to take advantage of this. Next on the priority list is to look on the bottom left of your screen to see if there's any high value target or any nightmare boss spawning. These are tankier enemies which upon defeating allow you to open a chest. The high value target will spawn a chest once you defeat it. Sometimes these enemies can be a bit bugged and look like a regular major, but they are tankier and these are the ones to look out for. The nightmare bosses, however, will be guarding a different kind of chest, but again, these can drop Opulent keys. Sometimes the first 2 things I've just mentioned aren't happening when you load into a patrol area. There's no high value targets and there's no world chest visible. So then our priority is to kill nightmare enemies and regular enemies side by side as fast as possible so that the special events can spawn which lead to a chest. I sometimes found that killing these nightmare enemies would even spawn a regular world chest. You'll find that once you've done this for about 5 to 10 minutes in an area, you'll either get an Opulent key drop, or the area and the flow of events becomes a little dry. Either way, at that point you need to go to the other area. If you're in the Royal Pools, head to the Pleasure Gardens, and vice versa. In terms of which one's better, I'd argue that both are relatively similar from my testing, so just go with whichever one you want. I found that alternating between the 2 helped me avoid those downtime periods where something wasn't happening. If at the same time you can loot resources in the area, do bounties that award reputation, the rep gain from this isn't too bad from the farm. But if your primary aim is to get to rank 16 as fast as possible without worrying about Opulent keys, then definitely the Nightmare Containment will be better. Like I said earlier, this farm works great solo, but it also works quite well in a duo. I often had a buddy in Pleasure Gardens while I was in Royal Pools, which helped to increase the patrol reputation. And often if there was a lull period in either one of our areas, one of us went over to the other area, and vice versa. If something was happening or popping off, then one of us would go to the area where lots of events were happening. So that's it guys. Start doing these circuits around the Royal Pools and Pleasure Gardens and get those Opulent keys ASAP. If you found what I talked about today remotely useful, remember to like the video, and we are so close to 1,000 subscribers guys, so hit that sub button so you can keep up to date with the latest Destiny content. I'm Mr. Ronit, and that's it for today. Peace out.